What is it about her that he can't forget, even when the years pass, even when he's with someone else? Why does her name echo in his mind like a song he can't stop humming? It's not always the way she looked. It's the way she made him feel, the way she left a mark without trying, the way her presence stayed long after she walked away. An unforgettable woman is not just remembered, she is felt. She's not unforgettable because she was perfect. She's unforgettable because she was real. She was honest. She was raw. She spoke to his soul, not just his ego. While others might have chased his attention, she made him want to earn hers. And when he walked away, thinking he could do better, that's when he learned the truth. Some women are once in a lifetime. Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." And when a man loses a woman who truly saw him, truly loved him, that is a trial he never recovers from. He may smile in front of others, he may hold another hand, but in quiet moments, when the world goes silent, her memory is louder than anything around him. That kind of woman doesn't just pass through a man's life, she leaves fingerprints on his heart. Think of a candle lit in a dark room. It's not loud, it doesn't demand attention, but it changes everything around it. That's what she was, steady, warm, unforgettable. And when that light is gone, the room never feels the same again. She wasn't just a woman, she was a mirror, a fire, a force. She didn't need to beg to be loved. She loved from her fullness, not from lack. And when he failed to see her worth, it wasn't her loss. It was his blindness. A man can lose many things and recover. But when he loses a woman who gave him peace in a storm, a woman who stood by him when no one else did, he feels that loss in his bones. And now, this woman is stepping into her truth. Now she rises, not as the woman who waits, but as the woman who reigns. Because, beautiful lady, being unforgettable is not about holding on. It's about letting go with grace and walking forward with fire in your soul and a crown on your spirit. If these words touched something deep inside you, if they reminded you of the strength you forgot you had, then let your heart speak. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working day and night to bring you the truth, the healing and the power you deserve. This is more than content. This is your reminder that you are never alone on this journey, and together we rise. Number 1. She saw the man behind the mask. Have you ever wondered why he can't forget her, even when he moves on, even when he smiles beside another? It's not just because of how she looked or what she said, it's because she saw him, not the version he showed the world, not the man behind his charm or his smile. She saw the man behind the mask, the man he tried to hide, and that kind of vision burns into a man's memory forever. Most people fall for the performance, but she didn't fall for who he pretended to be. She saw the cracks. She saw the fear, the flaws, the broken pieces he hoped no one would notice. And instead of running, she stayed. She didn't expose him. She embraced him. And that, queens, is a love he will spend years chasing but never find again. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Know first who you are, then adorn yourself accordingly." But he only started to know who he truly was because she saw it first. She reflected back the version of him he wished he could become. And when she left, he didn't just lose a woman, he lost the mirror that made him feel whole. Think of a lighthouse. It doesn't chase the ships. It just stands, glowing, unshaken in the storm. It helps him find his way when everything else goes dark. But the moment that light disappears, the ocean becomes a place of confusion, fear, and regret. That's how he feels now, because she was the light. And now, she's gone. She didn't ask for attention. She gave understanding. She didn't need to fix him. She simply got him. And that kind of emotional connection, it doesn't fade. It lingers in his chest. It whispers in his quiet moments. It wakes him up at 2 a.m. when he realizes that no one else knows him like she did. And now she's not waiting, not hoping, not breaking. She is rising, not just as a woman, but as a queen. A woman who no longer lowers herself to be seen. She becomes unforgettable because she lives unforgettable. Write this in the comments, beautiful queens, and claim it. I saw him, and I still walked away. Let that be your truth, your power, your mark on this world. If this message lit a fire inside your soul, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you real lessons, deep healing, and the kind of truth that sets you free. Because this isn't just a video, it's your reminder that you were never meant to be forgotten. You were meant to reign. Number 2. She loved him without a price tag. What if the thing that made her unforgettable wasn't how she looked, how she dressed, or how she spoke, but how she loved him with nothing attached? What if the most powerful thing she ever gave him was herself, expecting nothing in return? She didn't ask for gifts, promises, or praise. She didn't demand his world. She offered him peace in his. And he didn't realize it then, but that kind of love, that kind of woman, leaves a mark no time can erase. He may not talk about her now. He may pretend she's just a part of the past. But deep down, she was the one who never put a price on her heart. She gave her love freely, not because he earned it, but because she saw something in him worth believing in. While others measured love by effort, attention, or things, she gave without keeping score. And that is what will haunt him, because he will look for that feeling again, and no one will ever love him the way she did. Whole, deep, and real. There's a quote that says, "Love that expects nothing is remembered forever," and that's her. She didn't need to be the loudest woman in his life to be the one he never forgot, because while others tried to impress him, she simply touched him where it mattered most. And now, he will find admiration in many eyes, but connection like that, that's once in a lifetime. Think of rain falling on dry earth, quiet, gentle, but powerful enough to awaken life beneath the surface. That's how she loved. Soft enough to be missed, strong enough to be unforgettable. He didn't see it then. He didn't understand the gift he was being given. But when the noise of the world fades and the illusions fall apart, her love will echo like a quiet song that still plays in his heart. Beautiful lady, the moment you stop needing to be chosen is the moment you become unforgettable. You don't need his praise. You don't need his approval. The love you gave was a reflection of your own depth. And now, it's time you see that too. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. You are rising into something greater. Write this in the comments and claim it. My love came with no price, and that's why it lasts forever. We're working hard every day to give you the truth, the healing, and the power you deserve. This is your time. Let the world see who you've always been. Number 3. Her silence spoke louder than his excuses. Have you ever noticed how the loudest sound in a man's memory is often not a scream, but silence? Not the kind of silence that comes from indifference, but the kind that follows deep, patient love. The kind that hits hardest after she's done giving him chances, done explaining her worth, done repeating what he refused to hear. That silence. It doesn't just stay in the room. It stays in his mind, and it speaks louder than every excuse he ever gave. At first, he thought she would always be there. He thought her love would keep showing up, no matter how many times he failed to show up for it. He had his reasons, his stories, his "not right now," and "I didn't mean to." And maybe she listened at first. Maybe she tried to understand. But there comes a moment when a woman no longer answers with words. She answers with absence. And once that silence starts speaking, no explanation can compete. Rumi once said, "Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder." She didn't need to explode to be heard. She walked away with grace, and that grace became his lesson. That's what makes her unforgettable. Not the tears she cried, but the strength she showed when she stopped crying. Not the calls she made, but the ones she no longer did. Think of a room full of noise, where everyone is trying to speak. It's overwhelming, but when one voice stops completely, it changes everything. The silence becomes noticeable. It becomes powerful. That is what she became. A woman so full of presence that even her silence is unforgettable. A woman so strong that even without words, she teaches him what losing her really means. And now, beautiful woman, this is where you stop waiting to be heard. This is where you step into a new version of yourself, the woman who no longer explains, because she knows her value, not the one who begs, but the one who reigns. He may not have listened before, but he will never forget the silence you left behind. Write this in the comments, queens, and claim your power. My silence is unforgettable. Let your words echo strength. We are here, working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that remind you who you truly are. And, queens, your time is now. Number 4. She was the calm in his chaos. Have you ever noticed how the loudest storms often come with no warning, and how in the middle of all that noise, one calm voice can change everything? He didn't expect her to be that voice. He didn't know that when his world was falling apart, she would be the one thing that held steady. While everything around him was shaking, she stood still. While he was drowning in his own chaos, she became the calm he didn't even know he needed. And that kind of woman, he never forgets her. Not today, not ever. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't try to control him. She didn't demand love. She simply was, steady, kind, strong, like an anchor in wild waters. She gave him peace when his world was on fire. And when she finally walked away, the silence she left behind hit harder than every word he ever heard. He may try to fill the space with noise, with distraction, even with someone new, but deep down, nothing compares to the calm she brought into his chaos. Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." She was that light. She saw the broken pieces he tried to hide and still held space for him. She didn't shame him. She didn't run. She understood him. And that understanding is what carved her name into his soul. While others added pressure, she offered peace. While others added fuel to his fire, she became his shelter. Imagine a river running wild, fast and loud. Nothing can stop it. But then comes the mountain, unmoving, still, powerful in its silence. That mountain doesn't try to stop the river. It just is. She was that mountain. She didn't bend, she didn't break. She stood still in his storm, and that presence, that power, that patience, it branded itself into his memory. And now, dear woman, he may try to replace you, but peace like yours is not found twice. He walked away from the one who held him together when he was falling apart. But you are no longer that silent mountain waiting for his storm to pass. You are rising now. You are becoming more. This is your time to stop being his calm and start being your own fire. Write this in the comments and claim it. I was his calm, but now I am my own storm. Queens, let this be your truth. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you the life-changing lessons you deserve, because your peace, your love, and your strength were never ordinary. They were unforgettable. Number 5. She made him want to be a better man. Why does he still think about her when he's trying to move on? Why does her memory follow him into new relationships, into new mornings, into the quiet moments when everything else fades? It's not just because she was kind or beautiful, it's because she made him want to be a better man. And that kind of woman doesn't leave quietly. She leaves a mark on his soul. She didn't try to fix him. She didn't control him. She simply stood in her truth and showed him what greatness could feel like. She became his mirror, the kind that didn't flatter his ego, but revealed his potential. She believed in him even when he doubted himself. And that belief, that changes a man in ways he never forgets. There's a quote that says, "When a woman walks in her worth, she invites the man to rise or be left behind." She didn't push him. She inspired him. She didn't chase him. She became the kind of woman he wanted to catch up to. When a man meets a woman who lives with standards, who loves without losing herself, who challenges without shaming, he doesn't just see her, he feels her. He may not say it out loud, but deep down he knows. She was the turning point. Think of a lighthouse standing tall on a stormy shore. It doesn't run into the ocean to save the ships. It shines. It stays rooted. And because of that, he finds direction. That's what she was. His light, his guide. Not by trying to save him, but by being so solid in herself that he couldn't help but want to rise higher. But here's the truth. He thought he had time. He thought she'd wait while he figured it out. Now she's gone, and he's left with the realization that no one else makes him feel that fire to grow, to change, to be more. Because the kind of woman who makes a man want to be better, she's once in a lifetime. And now, beautiful lady, it's your time. You're not here to shrink, to chase, to wait. You're here to rise, to walk with grace, to rule with fire. You are not just unforgettable, you are transformational. Write this in the comments and claim it. I inspire growth. I am unforgettable. Queens, let your voice be heard. We are working hard to create powerful, life-changing lessons just for you. This is not the end. This is your beginning. Number 6. She never asked to be chosen. She chose herself first. Have you ever noticed how the women who never begged to be chosen are the ones who stay in his mind the longest? Not because she played games, not because she pretended not to care, but because she didn't need to be chosen. She chose herself first. And that shook him more than any goodbye ever could. He thought she would wait. He thought she would compete, but she didn't. And when she walked away, he felt something he couldn't explain. A loss without closure. He was used to women trying to prove their worth, showing up when he wanted, shrinking themselves just to fit his comfort. But she was different. She knew her value. She knew that love should not cost her dignity. She didn't ask him to pick her. She picked herself, and in doing that, she became the woman he would never forget. Because nothing stays in a man's mind like the woman who refused to beg for a place in his world, and instead built her own. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one." And that's exactly what she did. She didn't explain why she deserved better. She became better. She didn't wait for his attention. She gave herself what he couldn't: peace, love, and power. And now he looks back, wondering how he lost a woman who never asked for too much, just never settled for too little. Imagine a lighthouse. It doesn't run after ships. It stands tall, it shines, it guides. Some see it and find their way. Others pass it by, chasing temporary lights that fade in the storm. But when the sky darkens and the sea turns wild, every ship remembers the light it once ignored. That's who she was, the steady light. And now he's drifting, wishing he had seen her clearly before she disappeared from his shore. And now, dear lady, this is your moment. You are not forgotten. You are unforgettable because you chose yourself when he wouldn't. You didn't beg. You didn't break. You rose. And now you don't chase love. You attract it because your soul speaks louder than your silence ever could. Write this in the comments and claim it. I choose myself first. Let it be known, queens, you are done waiting, done shrinking, done begging. We are here, creating life-changing lessons just for you, because you were never meant to be an option. You were always meant to reign. Number 7. She left a legacy, not just memories. Have you ever wondered why he still thinks about her, even after all the time that has passed? Why her name lingers in his mind, not as a memory, but as something deeper, something that still feels alive? It's because she didn't just leave pictures behind, she left a legacy. Not every woman becomes unforgettable, but the ones who do. They don't just touch his heart, they change it. He may forget the words she said, but he will never forget the woman who made him see the world differently. She didn't chase him. She didn't beg him to stay. She simply lived in a way that left a mark. She gave love like it was oxygen, not just comfort. She challenged him to grow. She stood firm when life shook them both. And when she walked away, she didn't just walk out of his life. She walked into her power. That's what makes her unforgettable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, and the woman he can never forget." She didn't wait around hoping he would change. She became the change. She didn't lose herself in the relationship. She became more of herself through it. She made sure her presence added meaning, not just moments. Her love was not noise, it was melody, not decoration, but foundation. And when she left, the silence screamed louder than any goodbye. Think of her like a lighthouse. She stood tall, gave light, gave direction, even when the waves tried to drown her. She didn't ask to be remembered. But now, every time he feels lost, every time he looks for peace, he remembers the light she once gave. That kind of woman isn't compared. She becomes the standard. And now, beautiful lady, now it's your turn. You're not just here to be remembered. You are here to leave a mark no man can erase. Not by holding on, but by rising higher. Not by becoming smaller, but by living bolder. You were never meant to just be part of his story. You were meant to rewrite your own. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am not a memory. I am a legacy. Let him remember you not because you waited, but because you walked away with your power intact. Queens, if this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are here, working hard to bring you life-changing lessons, because you were never meant to fade. You were born to reign.